All right. So this is not going to be very extensive, but I do plan on further breaking down on a reel. So me and my brother, one of my brothers in the Lord, we were talking today, and I was basically saying that it is better because we know that probably 75% of everyone that is born is going to spend eternity away from God. You may say, Brother Sam, how are you doing the numbers here? Well, the Word of God says that only a remnant will be saved. So if there's 7 billion people on the planet, I think that's what they say. If there are 7 billion people on this planet, you want to know how many are going to heaven? Like right now, probably not even a billion. Maybe just like, maybe like out of, maybe. So how would I explain? So if we were to explain this, so out of all the years that there's been people, God has a set number for who's going to be in heaven. So let's say that set number is 10 billion people. So 10 billion people, and we know that, right now there's 7 billion people. And we don't know how many people has been alive. So if we were to just, so every generation, if we were to do the math, come on, let's do this. If we were to do the math, every generation is 7 billion people. The earth is about 7,000 years old. And a generation is probably 25 years or so, 25 years. So if you were to do 25 divided by or times 6,000 or something like that, then do something with the 7 billion. So I'm not saying that there's only going to be 10 billion people in heaven. I'm just saying if that was the number. God is not saving everybody. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Jesus Christ is not saving everyone. Jesus is only saving a remnant. So me and my brother was talking, so we know that like 75% of the population right now is going to spend eternity in hell. And that's probably pushing it. It's probably more like 80%. So if 80% of the people are dying going to hell. So I was saying, personally, well, I'm going to heaven. I don't know about anyone else. I'm going to heaven. But if outside of that, if I had a choice, and it was just like, hey man, like 1 out of every 5 people that God creates, probably 1 out of every 5 is who he creates to be holy. So that's 1/5 of a chance that you're going to come out as a Christian, because God creates people. And what people don't understand is that when he makes a person, he predetermines who they're going to be. So if you have someone, man, this guy right here is a rapist. He rapes little girls. Guess what? That was predetermined, pre-calculated by the Spirit of God when that guy was born. So God said, okay, it's going to be a Sophia and a Richard. They're going to connect and bring forth a Jimmy. Now, Jimmy is going to be a rapist. I'm going to create Jimmy. Jimmy's going to be a rapist. How's his childhood going to be, Lord? Okay, so he's going to get introduced to he's going to get introduced to pornography. Jimmy's going to be introduced to pornography. That's going to mess up his mind. He's going to then grow up and start looking at women and all of that. Then when he's in his 50s, he's still going to be strung out on perversion. And then he's going to become a rapist. He's going to rape little girls. And then he's going to go to jail. They're going to have him in jail till the day he dies. And when he dies, he's going to go to hell. Then on Judgment Day, I'm going to judge him. And then he's going to be sent to the lake of fire, where he's going to burn forever. Now, you may be hearing that and be like, Brother Sam, that sounds wrong. How could God do that? So, the way I said it was a bit straightforward. But everything God does is for a purpose. Everything God does is for a purpose. So, yes, when God creates... So if you think about this from a higher truth, I am coming from a higher truth standpoint. So for those of you who don't understand, I'm sorry. From a higher truth standpoint, we're just chess pieces, okay? We're all just toys. We're all chess pieces. And this is God's game. This life, this is a game. The game of life. That's what this is. This is the game of life. The Spirit of God is eternal. Does not die. So, he's created eternal beings. We are eternal. Because we have a soul that cannot die. Our bodies can die. After your body physically dies, you're still alive. Your soul is eternal. So he's given eternal beings something to do for a short period of time. He's just giving us something to do. Hey, so he's just giving us something to do. This is a game, okay? I don't want you to think that this is for real, because this is a game. You think Satan is a threat? It's a game. Satan, everything you see is an expression of God. We all came from God. This guy right here is going to come. He's going to be this way. He came from God. That's another form of God. Satan is right here. He's doing what he's doing. That's another form of God. We're all expressions of God. It's all a game. None of it is real. Everything you see is fake. It's all fake. God created us, and he's going to determine who is who. People don't understand that. People think that, it's man's choice. You have a choice. You do not have a choice. If God predetermined you to be a person who thinks you're saved, but in reality you're not, and he doesn't plan on opening your eyes to show you, you're going to die and go to hell, and you were predetermined for that. You may not like that, but can the thing say to the thing who formed it, why have you made me thus? You can't say anything to him. You have people who are obedient people. Man, that guy right there is obedient. Man, I wonder how come he's so obedient? Because God made him that way. And that guy right there, he's disobedient. He hates God. Why? Because God made him that way. And unless the Spirit of God changes a person, you will be that way. You will not change. You cannot change. You can't change yourself. Everything you do was predetermined by God. You see that? I just moved my head. God knew I was going to do that. Now, that's a basic example, but okay, God knows, okay, I'm going to make this guy Sam, and he's going to be this way. And, yeah, he's going to struggle with this. And I'm going to deliver him. And then I'm going to make him preach at 14 years old, and I'm going to have these standards for him, and I'm going to bless. God predetermined that, okay, this guy right here, he's going to be this. God predetermines all of that. We don't make these decisions. You don't decide who you're going to be. You're not in control of your life. People who say, man, you could be a master of your own destiny. No, you can't. This guy right here, oh man, this guy right here, he won the lotto, and now he's a successful person. Yeah, and there's millions of people who try and they don't win. What makes this guy so special? Because God wanted him to win the lotto. God predetermined that this guy was going to win the lotto. Everything you do was pre-calculated by God. Every single thing. So if you sin, man, I keep sinning. What's the problem with me? Oh, no. You were predestined for hell. So your life is just going to take shape. Your life is going to take shape. God, when he made you, said, okay, this guy is going to be this way. I'm going to make him this way. And this is what he's going to be. And I'll let him live like this for 50 years. And then I'm going to kill him. And he's going to go to hell. I'm not telling you this message to scare you necessarily, even though I am. I just want you guys to understand something. You're not in control of your life. You're not in control of your life. So one may say, well, if it's that way, why even try to serve the Lord? That's words of a foolish person. If God has already predetermined who I'm going to be, why should I serve him? I'm already doing bad stuff. So I must have been predestined for hell. That's the words of a fool. But you can go right ahead. And then when you do go to hell, it's going to show that you were predestined for hell. Yeah, you were predestined. But for people who are saying, oh, predestination is a thing, wow. That doesn't. If predestination is a thing, then I'm predestined to go to heaven. You may say, well, don't you sin? Sometimes. Everybody falls short of the glory. Man, I did this. I wasn't supposed to do that. Does that mean I'm going to, oh man, I'm a sinner. I can't. I keep failing. I'm going to die and go to hell. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, I just did this bad thing. Well, let me get back up. And then when my life continues to go like this, and when I wake up in heaven, oh, I was predestined for heaven. So God creates people, and he predetermines what they're going to be. But he does not make these decisions at random, necessarily. Every decision he made, like I said, is pre-calculated. It's not just some random decision. He knows, okay, this guy right here is going to be a pedophile, and he's going to do this. He's going to have this impact in his world. And that's going to set the stage for me to then, and then this one lady this one little girl, he's going to rape that little girl when she's 5. And I'm going to take that little girl and I'm going to make her a mighty prophetess, mighty evangelist. I'm going to make her this. Yeah, I'm going to show Satan that I can use this guy right here to traumatize this girl. She's going to grow up with that trauma, and I'm going to make her mighty. That's what the Spirit of God is doing. The Spirit of God is taking people, oh man, this happened. God is going to make this guy right here. Oh yeah, make this guy. He's going to have this impact in his world. What impact? Lord, he was a bad person. Yes, but even bad people still, God uses all of us. All of us are servants. Everything that you see is a servant of God. The rocks, they serve. The trees, they serve. It all serves God. God is going to create this guy right here. Oh man, he's bad, Jesus. He's a thief. He steals people's stuff. Yeah. I know. He's going to have this impact in his world. When I'm done with him, I'm going to throw him away. He's just a rapper. You may say, well, why do these companies, they just make rappers? Like the rapper's like, hey man, I didn't ask to be a rapper. Why couldn't you make me the candy where I could actually be taken in and used? No. You're just a rapper, man. You serve a purpose. That rapper serves a purpose. But just a temporary purpose. Hey, what I really want is inside of you. I want this candy right here. That's what I want. I want the candy. But I'll throw you away when I'm finished with you. When you first get that thing, man, that rapper is everything, man. You're going to protect that rapper. When you're finished with it, once you get from it what you need, you're going to throw it away. So you may say, man, God, that's messed up. You do the same thing. You do the exact same thing. You're going to take that, you're going to wrap that up in that, wrapping paper. The wrapping paper's like, oh man, he's using me. I feel special. Yeah. And then I'm going to unwrap it. All of that is going in the garbage. I want this. Yeah, wrap up the present. Oh wow, the wrapping paper is nice. It's nice. I don't care about it. I'm going to rip it off. I'm going to rip the wrapping paper off. And I'm going to throw it in the garbage. And I'm going to get what I actually want. That's what the Spirit of God is doing. So everything the Spirit of God does serves a purpose. This bad person that God is going to create knowingly, nothing catches God off guard. He created that guy knowing full well he was going to be a pedophile. Yes, I'm going to create this guy, and he's going to be a pedophile. And then I'm going to use him for this. He's going to do what he does. And I'm going to throw him in hell. Yeah, I'm going to put him in hell. And then I'm going to continue my work. What is Jesus doing? He's building himself a kingdom. How? How is he building himself a kingdom? By creating a pedophile. I thought Jesus wants everyone to be perfect. Well, if Jesus wanted everyone to be perfect, he would make everyone perfect. Obviously, that's not his plan right now. Jesus has other plans. Jesus is going to do what he wants to do, and you can't control that. If you sin consistently, Jesus knew you were going to do that. And if you die and you go to hell because you kept sinning consistently, Jesus created you with the struggles you have, knowing that they were going to send you to hell. You may say, well, God is unrighteous. Is there unrighteousness with God? I dare you to say that. If you say that, you're crazy. God is unrighteous because, God made me this way, gay people. God made me this way. He sure did make you that way, and he's going to put you in hell for what you're doing. He can't put me in hell. I just like the same gender. You're going to go to hell if you do that. You're going to go to hell. That's not fair. He created me like that. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to you. So if you want to be a fool, be a fool. The Spirit of God is going to do what he wants to do. And you can't say anything. So may God give you wisdom. May the Spirit of God give you understanding and wisdom and may he make you obedient. In Jesus' name.